Hey, Star Wars fans and Rule the Galaxy friends. It is Joe back with another episode of the Rule the Galaxy podcast, chapter 353. That's right, 353. We just finished up with the 350th celebration. It was so good, it was 3 episodes long. So we're back. Thank you for the applause. And you can always follow us at Rule the Galaxy pretty much everywhere or Rule the Galaxy SW. Email us at ruletheGalaxySW@gmail.com. And right now it's going to be me and D-Doc starting off the show. I believe Brent's going to hop in a little bit, but Alfie's got an early day at work tomorrow morning. We're talking 1:30 in the morning early work. So that is not going to be good for the show tonight. So thank you for everybody who joins us on YouTube. Thanks for everybody following us. We're on all podcast platforms of choice. And I've talked enough, so let's go start chapter 353 with D-Doc, just back from a Christmas concert. Brother, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm in the spirit. We're really deep in it right now. I've got my Eagles Snow Bowl Christmas sweatshirt from back when LaShawn McCoy had a crazy rushing game. This was one of my first online. It was back when I was following Crossing Broad, and Brent's right in. He's right into the stream.
Joe hit the button as soon as he saw me. So
because I wanted you to come.
I was interrupting your story of your first online shopping purchase.
It wasn't like my first online shopping purchase, but it was like I'm buying it's almost like, when how Barstool sells shirts now and everything. It was like when that was becoming a thing where it's like, oh, this random Eagles fan site that I follow made an awesome Eagles sweatshirt. So yeah, but I threw some lights up behind me right before the show. I'm just in the mood,
Tis the season. Tis the season to be merry, as Clark Griswold would say.
There's controversy behind the lights that I put up behind me because I got classic C9 light bulbs out front of my house like last year.
Okay.
And these ones they're the colored. They look like it kind of, but they're LED, and they're the blue. They're the one LED where the blue just doesn't come off right, and I'm crazy about that. And my wife was like, "I want you to wrap them around the front overhang," and I'm like, "I'm not putting those out this year." I'm like, they don't match the color of the C9s. I was like, I can't see two different colors out there. She thinks I'm nuts, but I'm just like, I can't do it. So
you're a little OCD, D-Doc.
Yeah, but I have lights going across the peak, and then these are wrapping around the bottom, and just to see the top half with one color and then the lower half with just the different color, it just doesn't work for me. So
if I'm not mistaken, you can't do D-Doc without OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's true. I'm gonna have to tell Meg that one.
She will like that.
She will like it. She thinks I'm nuts.
So you were at a Catholic school Christmas concert, which I went to so many of those over the years. I mean, they bring back the memories, like you said, fighting over the pews to get the best spot, throwing coats down and blankets down to block it off, just so you can see your kid. Now, back in my day, I had a little VCR camera, I wasn't filming it on my phone. I was zooming in and out on the VCR for Joey and Maddie.
Back in my day, I had 2 good knees.
My knees are still good. Lori's knees, on the other hand, bad. But so, D-Doc, it was fun. It does put you in the Christmas spirit, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, my kids really enjoyed the singing too. So Addison is now in the school. She's in pre-K, so it was weird for just me and Meg to be sitting in the audience with no kids and knowing that all 3 of my kids were going to be in it. But yeah, that'll change very shortly for me. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
How shortly?
3 months.
3 months, Brad.
Okay. I didn't know what the T-minus was, what the countdown clock.
Yeah, which I said to her last night, I was like, 3 months ago was September. I was like, that doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
So, Brent,
what
are you painting for us tonight? Welcome to the show.
I'm not painting anything. I'm trying to put these guys onto their bases. So what I did was, there's the riot troopers, but I didn't want them to have their helmets. So this is the riot trooper with his helmet. So he's a stormtrooper helmet.
Nice.
I wanted to go more Andor with like the trooper units that had like the trooper guys that were down the hallway that the K2 droid threw against the wall. So they have regular helmets. Do you remember the guys that had the stormtrooper upper bodies? No.
Just keep going. Sorry. It's like
Playing
riding
around
a
with
bike.
something. He's ADHD something.
Yes.
I'm just trying to remember how this thing works. It's like getting in the cockpit of the Falcon years later.
In Andor, season 2, towards the end, there was the apartment complex that the troopers were going into, where they had regular hats, but they didn't. They had the stormtrooper upper bodies, but they had like So the intent of these guys is to be like that Andor group that was charging in on that season 2 that has like the caps. They had the lieutenants and like the officer caps. They had the upper body shells of the stormtroopers, and then they had like black pants. So
I think they're selling a black series of that right now. I think at Target and Walmart, I've seen a black series of those guys.
So my intent is, so I'm gluing them to the base. So I'm trying to have them get them started painting. So I'm not actually doing any painting at the moment. And if I did, it would be stormtroopers, and they're so boring, it's just white.
Okay. White's very, very clean. Very nice.
What's that from?
I don't know. I like to say it. Very, very clean. Hey, real quick, before we get going, all this stuff, I do want to give a shout out and go back to our 350th celebration. It got a little crazy. Like I said, it turned into 3 episodes, but thanks to Vanessa Marshall, Mark Anthony Austin, Nick Shesky, Joey Molinaro, Scott Rifen, Michael Nip, Mark Thompson, Ryan McGee, Dr. Squatch, Mark Newbold, and Mark Mulcaster, all for joining in at different times, whether it's with a shout out or being a guest on the show. Thank you all for being a part of it. It was really a blast. And, a lot of people celebrate 300, 400. We said, screw it. We're going to do it our own way. 350 it was. And hey, that's a big number. And we'll see where it goes from here. I'm still trying to plan around D-Doc's wife's pregnancy and childbirth so we can get together this year, but it's going to have to be later in the year because, 3 months from now, we're going to have new baby Doc, and we're going to have to kind of work around that. So, but congrats to you, because I'm just the old man and I'm having grandbabies now, So, and yes, hi D-Doc with the test. My daughter Emily is now heavily involved, very much in the dating world with a young man. He's actually going to be showing up in the Christmas time. So, yeah.
Oh, man. So you're going to have a full paired coupling of all of your children.
Yes. 2 married and 1 bringing a young man to Christmas. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Has he met the parents already?
We've met him one time. He came over. Lori made dinner for all the kids, and he was invited and came over. I'm sure it was a little bit much, but he survived. We survived, and seems like a nice young man. So we'll see where that goes. But it does just keep, you guys will see as they get older, just things keep multiplying and things keep getting added in. And it makes for a crazy life, but wouldn't have it any other way. So,
it's funny, Joe. I was like the only one in my side of my family with kids for a while, and I'm the youngest. And it's like all of a sudden, it's like for a while it was just like little David, and then next thing you know, it's like my cousin had a kid, my brother did, my sister did, my brother's having another one now, and then it's like it's funny how like these family parties. From year to year, it just like grows in madness as the family grows. And it just makes it more interesting, You never know what the heck is going to happen.
It does. And we still haven't made that transition. When I was growing up, my grandmother on one side of the family hosted all my aunts and uncles, my cousins, all that, right? At one point in time, of course, she passed. Well, now my mom and dad host everything. So now me and my brothers and sisters, all of our kids now come there. Now My grandkids are going there. But I don't know, when's that next transition to where I'm going to be the one who's hosting just my kids, my grandkids, all that stuff. It's really weird, but I mean, it's life. That's what happens, right? So, but we're all in a process here. But the holidays are great. Once Halloween's over, I start playing Christmas music. I'm in the festive mood and ready to go. So I try to do it for 2 months and keep the thing going. I drive my wife nuts because she's like, "Can we just make it like a couple weeks before Christmas?" But no, I like to extend Christmas as long as I can.
No.
Yeah.
That can't possibly happen, Lori. Come
And with no Steelers game this Sunday because they play Monday night, we're going to have the kids over to still watch football, but we're going to be making Christmas cookies and Christmas snacks and watching football without the stress of having the Steelers on with us. So makes it all better.
I mean, you know, I wish I could have the passion of the Eagles fans and the Steelers fans. I'm a football fan. I don't get wrapped up in anything, but you know what it feels damn good to be? It feels damn good to be a Hoosier right now.
Oh, wow.
I want to say that, like, I mean, I graduated. I don't get wrapped up in it, but it was pretty awesome to watch I feel bad for the young man, but to watch a young man shank a give me field goal that produced the very first Big Ten championship and #1 seed for an Indiana Hoosiers team, which if you've watched any football, college football at all, you have heard that it is the losingest program in the history of the NCAA. And in 2 years, the coach has gone 24-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
It feels damn good to be a Hoosier.
Good.
It's very cool. I actually, we have my other football league, not the one that we're all in together, but my other football league, everybody's from Central Indiana. We were all talking, and after IU won, I just wrote a text to all of them. I said, so basically you're telling me anything in life is possible because IU is Big Ten champs and #1 in the country.
That
anything's possible.
Well, 2016 kind of gave you the idea that anything was possible.
Very true. Very true.
So this is just like icing on the top of the cake for the Cub fan, Indy IU fan. Anyways, Jeff Kennedy, we can see you. Hi, Jeff Kennedy. Thank you for your comment.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. So I was going to hop in here. There were a couple things that I did want to talk about. One, thank you to Adam Parker for sending us the Baby Yoda Christmas songs. I listened for a little while, then my ears started to bleed, so I turned it off. Joey let Frankie listen to it, and Frankie loved it, but Joey was like, "What kind of hell have you gotten me into?" That was a lot of chicky nuggies and stuff going on there, but yeah. Anyway, and then I wanted to give a shout out to. So that was from Adam Parker, Jason Hatfield, who I think, Jason Hatfield just hopped onto the show there. He overheard me talking about how we've got some Lego stuff that we're going to do this winter because when it gets cold, Lori and I, old folks, we get all in our blankets and do little crafts around the house. We usually do puzzles, and I only do puzzles if they're Star Wars puzzles with her. Well, we have some Legos to do. Well, Jason, thank you to him. He said, "Hey, I've got all these Star Wars puzzles," and he sent me a picture of them. And he's like, "I'm going to drop them by to you so you guys can do these." So, Jason, thank you for that. We'll be more than happy to take those off your hands, and it will keep my my wife very busy over the winter. So, thank you for doing that. Oh, there we go.
So the one right above that though is just to jump back into it. I was a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs last year when Notre Dame beat them. I've also, growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Georgia was the only team that had hedges at the ends of the end zones. But then as I've gotten older, have realized that all of the SEC teams just about have hedges. But I always loved that stadium because it had the hedges right there at the goal line.
Those are pretty sweet. I'm begging Joey now to get me into Death Valley. Is Death Valley's LSU, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
now with Lane,
Death Valley is which one is Clemson? One of them's Clemson. Happy.
Ah.
One of the valleys is Clemson. The other one, like Happy Valley's Penn State.
Yes.
Either way, I'm with Joey having some contacts at LSU, and if he and T-Bob can pull something off, I definitely want to go down there finally. And Joey does a good impersonation of Lane Kiffin, so I'm hoping that we can put something together on that, because it's that I've always wanted to go to LSU. That Tiger's Eye in the middle of the field is just so killer.
How are the Notre Dame fans handling things around?
Oh my God, they're losing their ever-loving mind.
I mean, you look at it; they really did get screwed. You know, it's not like there's multiple teams in the playoff that they're better than. But
there's one team that always gets, and I want to strangle them. There's one team that always seems to get the benefit of the doubt above everyone else, and get rid of them. They got beat by Florida State in the first game and ran off the field by Florida State. That's the one that bothers me, right? You can hear all the pundits talk all you want, but the one that really bothers me, and I think that's the one that bothers a lot of Notre Dame fans, they'll bitch about Miami, yada, yada, whatever. It's the fact that a 3-loss Alabama team gets in above everybody else.
Yep.
F that.
It's so hard to keep up with the politics of college football, where it's like I follow Penn State, which it was crazy, like the stuff going on with Penn State with their coaching search.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard to understand the amount of stuff that goes on in college. It's just crazy. The committees and the favoritism, and it's like there's sleazy stuff that goes on. It's pretty wild.
Well, Paul Feinbaum with his show, he's kind of a prick. I've learned that through having the interviews he's had with Joey. He's kind of a prick, and he basically thinks if you're not the SEC, you're not anything.
But that also is kind of his shtick, right? Like, I'm not surprised, because that's just who he comes across as.
Agreed. Couple other things real quick. 1 second here. This was a really weird little story that I'm going to throw out there real quick. Did you guys see that the painting that they used to kind of introduce Star Wars to people to buy into it or to make the movie and all that, the painting they used when they were promoting it out there before anything else, the actual painting itself just sold for $3.9 million. Just the painting of it. That blew me away. I saw that article yesterday and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, it's wild. If you've got George I know he sold everything, but I think he still has all the props and the outfits and all that stuff still at his place, getting ready for that museum. Imagine what he could sell, like a Princess Leia dress or a Darth Vader costume or something like that for, if the painting can get 3.9 million. That's pretty crazy.
That's wild.
Are you really that shocked?
I think the number shocked me. I thought I could see $500,000 or $1 million. It just seemed like 3.9 million's a big number. Maybe in today's world it's not a big number, but to me, it just sounded like a big number.
Yeah. I think that's wild. I would think in the range you're saying as well, Joe, where it's just like, like $500K or something, where even that is just an insane amount of money. But
yeah.
I mean, the reason why I say that is, how much did the Star Cruiser cost? You're laughing. But
no, you're right.
How much did the Star Cruiser cost? $10,000 for 2 people or something?
Yeah, it was like $7,000 to $10,000. Yeah, depending on what you set up. Yeah.
And there were people that paid to go on that, right? Not everybody was an influencer and got the free ride and tried to do the promotion. They did run it for about 6 months to 9 months.
Yeah.
There were people that paid to ride that Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're paying 10 G's for 2 days, I'm not shocked that it's $3 million
Yeah.
for a painting, especially because that painting is something that it's got the potential to live forever. It hangs on your wall. Who else has it? So those people that are riding that, you know, I guess I don't have to say much more. Like, you guys understand where I'm coming from, but like, that's why I'm not too shocked about the number. Yes, it is large, but I feel like that is what people will pay.
That cruiser just feels like a fever dream at this point, man.
It does. Here, we've been doing the show for almost 6 years, and to think that came and went while we were doing the show is really weird.
It's crazy. Just like a multi-billion-dollar Disney investment down the tubes in like less than 2 years. Like, that would be like them building a cruise ship and just being like, no one wants to go on this thing.
We're just parking it.
Let's give it to someone else, I guess. Like, yeah, just park it somewhere. It's crazy.
I agree. Something that won't ever go away, though. I was talking about the chicken nuggies Yoda thing the other earlier. It's Christmas time, so everyone,
are you gonna play some? Are you gonna play? Give me some C3PO. Can you do that?
D-Doc, can you play YouTube? Christmas in the Stars is on YouTube.
Yeah, I could work it in.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened to it, I'm telling everybody right now, it's on YouTube. But if you can find the album or if you can find the CD, I will talk about it every holiday season. Christmas in the Stars, back in the 80s, was my Christmas album right here. So make sure you get that. While D-Doc's looking for that, I got a couple things that I said I was going to surprise with. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's Across the Stars. I forgot I have a bunch of songs on here. I was seeing if I have a bunch of songs saved on here from the old days. This is great.
Is this kind of like, since people who pay attention to us, I don't even know if they realize that we're back on StreamYard because we're a little bit. So is this kind of like Han and Chewie coming back onto the Falcon and being like, did you guys say that when you started up? Like,
no, but you can right now if you want.
I can't remember the exact quote.
Chewie, we're home.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it feels good. Honestly, right now, if I could take my shirt off and just like rub butter all over my skin and just sit here and it's
all right, White Goodman. I don't know if we need that for our. Your milkshake doesn't bring boys to the yard.
D-Doc's got a little bit of everything. Hey, while he's searching and having fun with music, found this at a flea market on my way to Pittsburgh. It is a Cara Dune Hot Wheels. I have not taken it out of the package yet, but Michael Knipp was so on it when I showed it to everybody on Twitter. It is a Cara Dune buggy. If you haven't noticed that, it's a Dune buggy for a Cara Dune Star Wars car. It's fantastic.
In 2001.
What's that?
You were so clever in 2021.
Yeah.
How long ago was she on? Was it 20? Like, that was also a damn fever dream, D-Doc. If you want to talk about fever dreams.
I know.
Yes. And have you seen recently? I've seen some promotions where she's like lost a ton of weight, gotten all this great shape. She's doing some new shows and movies. So Gina Carano will be out back again soon. But the one thing that I said I got at Ollie's that I wanted to share, and there's no reason I should have this except for how cheap it was and how expensive it once was. And it's something that I've told you guys since 2020 or 2021. If Star Wars was smart and if they wanted to really promote the High Republic, they would put something together, either an animated series, either toys, or an encyclopedia of the Star Wars High Republic. It is a coffee table book. It was originally $65. I got it for $9.99 at Ollie's.
There you go.
So I've learned more in the past week on the High Republic than I did through all the books I read. But it's actually a fun, good book right there. Go ahead, D-Doc. Give us some Christmas in the Stars.
All right, let's do this here.
Christmas this will be. Christmas in the stars, out among the stars, lighting up a Christmas tree. Come on, everyone, and sing.
Full of joy, full of joy.
Joe,
I could only go 15 seconds, or we'll get copyrighted.
Joe,
Yes, Brent.
is the Ewoks cartoon, the Droids cartoon, or Christmas in the Stars? Rank those in order.
Oh, so definitely Christmas in the Stars is pure Star Wars. Like I would listen to it in July by myself and I'd have no problem with it. The Droids cartoon, I can kind of dig a little bit. There's some fun little parts in it. The Ewoks, you need to be on a really good gummy to really enjoy the Ewoks. It's tough. It's a tough one. If anybody has any comments on that, we'd love to hear what you think. Christmas in the Stars, the Droids cartoon, or the Ewoks cartoon, because those were tough.
You met Matt, right? Matt Evans, the one that
Yeah,
played the
yeah.
game with me.
You told me he's a big fan of.
Oh my God, he started watching it, and then
Yeah.
a guy found him a celluloid cell of one of the animated, of like obviously one of the cells that was used in the actual Ewoks show, and he's got like an actual celluloid painting, cell painting of the Ewoks, and he loves every second of it. I just ran into him today, and he was talking about it.
Joe, is this the same one as yours?
That is the same one.
Yeah, I snagged this one random day at Target years ago.
Oh my gosh, we both had the Cara Dune buggy.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm opening mine up. I don't care. I like to have mine open. I got R2 and Captain Rex and
So also tell the fans about what you also purchased. Freddie, right?
Frankie.
Frankie, damn it! I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
What did I win? What did I?
You also purchased some Star Wars stuff for little.
Oh yeah.
So share, since we're going full toy time. Let's
T-Duck,
share
do you have
some
that
toys.
picture from your phone? You can't probably grab that from your phone. At Ollie's, I walked into Ollie's and their entire thing, they have the play set, they have the ships, they have the characters from the Young Jedi Adventures. The entire play set, when I first saw it come out 2 years ago, was $90. I got it for $9.99. The ship was like $34. I got it for like $6. And then I got a 5-pack of characters for $2 at Ollie's. 5-pack. So I got the ship, the play set, and then I bought 2 more ships for $2 each. So what I spend less than $30, and I got everything from the Young Jedi Adventures for Frankie. He absolutely loves them.
Yeah, and they're good size too, man. Like the ship looks cool. You know, it's a.
The ship looked like it was the same size as Frankie.
The playset is huge. The ship, they've got one big ship. I think it's called like the Crimson Hawk, and then they have 2 ships that look like Jedi starfighters.
Yeah, one of them looks like the Ahsoka fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, how am I not? And that's not what we got him for Christmas, but we were like,
well, I hope not, because the picture had him playing with the stuff.
Yeah. We just found them while we were out with him at Ollie's, and I was like, I just got to have these for him. And we got them out. We were playing with them. It's really cool because even though they didn't sell, they're as good, if not better, than any Star Wars character from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, all that. And it's just really fun. And he had a great time with them. And while he was playing with them on Disney Plus, there you go, right there.
Yeah, there's all the ships and everything. It's
so
legit.
yeah, I mean, $25 for all those things probably. And we put the Young Jedi Adventures up on the TV while he was playing with all the toys. He was happy as could be.
As you should.
Yeah. I mean, that's what grandparents are for. Yeah.
It is our job to plant the imagination onto them, man, because it's like kids nowadays, it's like you never know. It's like if you set them up, it's like they can still have that old school fun that, we had growing up. It doesn't have to be modern day where it's like, kids don't want to play with toys. They still do if you set it up for them the right way. I mean, my girls are toy players. Like they will go in their room and they'll have the Legos and they will just create scenarios, and they will just sit in there and play together forever. David is the one where I need to play with him going to play, but now he's getting a little older now, so it's, but that's awesome. I love that. That really fired me up when I saw that.
Well, you know who went and spent $30 that next day, right?
Alfie.
Yep.
He's got to get the same stuff for Azalea. Come on, man. And that's what you just said, Doc, is the same thing that Alfie's been saying for a long time, is like, Azalea will play with the stuff, but not everybody has that stuff readily available, or has a parent that's willing to put in that time, invest that time. And I'm not saying this to like dog parents, but not everybody has the parent that's putting in that time, investing the time to play with toys, because parents are busy. It's easier, it's quicker and it's more catching to the eye to play with the whatchamacallit, with the tablets and the screen. Yeah. So
yeah, our tablets, it's funny because we got them, but our tablets have been thrown out after we fly. So the only time the tablets have come out is when we fly.
Okay.
And then when we get home, Meg tells the kids I threw them out, and they buy it.
They buy it.
Nice.
These too.
What's that?
Dave also.
Oh yeah, because they're heading away.
Look, I'm not saying parents should lie to their children.
That's a good move right there, Meg.
But every now and then a well-placed lie that's not going to hurt anybody, done for the right reasons, works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing. That's a great plan, D-Doc.
Well, it's funny too, because like there were times where we would work it in, but it's like we would start to see like some changes in behavior where they're getting a little crazy. They would fight over things, and it'd just be like, all right, like you're downloading too many games, you're switching, you can't play with, like, it's just like the world is at your fingertips and they're going crazy with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
I get to be around my grandkids plenty, and I just let the kid Joe come out, and I start picking up ships and making noises and chasing them around the house, and we just have fun. And if things break, they break. They're toys. We'll get new ones to replace them, and we just have fun. Something else that I jumped into, and I wasn't sure I was going to, but I had some free time, and I'm going to be doing Fantha Tracks 2025 year in review of Star Wars here in a few weeks. And we're going to talk about everything that transpired in 2025 and look ahead to 2026. And so I really had to get playing catch up. And
you have any of those topics? Because I know you're going to do it with Fantha Tracks, but let's beat them to it, and let's do some of these, talk about what happens in 2025.
I do have those.
Not all of them. Like, let's hold some back.
Yeah.
Let's just remind ourselves what happened in January 2025.
Well, real quick before I even do that, Star Wars Visions Season 3 and Lego Star Wars Pieces of the Past. I had not watched any of those.
Oh, yeah.
So I made myself, whenever I would have 10 or 15 minutes, put one of those on. And the Lego stuff is super entertaining. It's silly. It's really, completely just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. But it's fun humor. It's silly stuff. It's great mixing of. It's like what you always talk about with Filoni and Favreau, Brent, playing stuff in the toy box, right? Just taking, that's what they're doing in this Lego thing. They're just throwing things together and saying, let's have some fun with it. Let's flip everything on its other, on the other end, make certain people Sith, certain people Jedi, certain people good at certain things. Like one of the characters was the Landolorian. So Lando was a Mandalorian, but he was a Landolorian, right? I mean, but it was really great. It was a lot of fun. There's Darth Ray. There's Darth Rose Tico. I mean, just
yeah. They put him in the container.
Just all kinds of fun stuff. So I will say this: I played catch up on that. I really enjoyed the first season. The second season, I think, might have even been better than the first season. It was really good. Had a lot of fun in it. So Check that out. I love seeing the Skywalker families all together. Darth Vader, Padme, Luke, and Leia all do a little Skywalker family, hug and everything, and it's kind of fun and silly. But they're bringing all these dimensions together, and so it's silly. But then Star Wars Visions 3, as you know, anime is not my thing, but I would say it was about half and half. Half of them, I was like, oh, this is a little slow, it takes some effort to watch. And the other half, I really enjoyed some of them. There were some episodes that were really good and had some good action in them or had some good characters in them. So I would give it a thumbs up. I give 2 thumbs up to Lego. I thought that was really good. Star Wars Vision, 1 thumb up, 1 thumb kind of sideways, not down, but just not, it was neutral. But that's my quick summary on those. There were some really good characters, really good storylines. I kind of want to see some of those storylines expand on. I know one of them is the Ninth Jedi, I think.
Yes, Ninth Jedi. Yes.
Yeah. So that's
a whole season.
That's going to be fun. As far as stuff going way back, Brent, let's see here.
Well, no. So to talk about the Lego stuff.
Yeah.
I think the second one. Like the first one, I think was for Star Wars fans, and I think there were a lot of like the Easter eggs. The second one had a lot of Star Wars Easter eggs, but I feel like it was made for the Lego Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
because not only was it like a lot of the references and a lot of the stuff that they did referenced all the different types of Legos, all the different Lego kits that were made, and there was a lot of those inside jokes that I only know because of D-Doc.
I have them. It's Rebuild the Galaxy, right? I haven't watched it still.
Pieces of the Past. Yes.
Okay.
So Pieces of the Past is season 2, but they're both Rebuild the Galaxy.
See, like I know the Legend of Jedi Bob. That's why it's awesome that he is in that. And I got his ship right the day it went on the shelves because I was like in on that because I follow Ryan from M&R Productions, and Jedi Bob's just always been a thing for him. So for them to include it was awesome. But yeah, I've been hitting Lego pretty hard lately. I actually switched my shelves up behind me. I just built a new one. I just built the I don't know if you can see it. It's the Walt Disney tribute camera. Can you kind of see the film reel behind me? Yeah, that was a very fun set to build. But I just built Mando's helmet from the helmet series last night too. Lego comes in waves for me, man.
Speaking of Legos, this morning I turned on TV and on Fox and Friends, a guy who used to work in the FBI was talking about certain things going on right now in the government and all this stuff. And he's a former FBI guy. Now he's like a consultant, right? Behind him, a full Lego Millennium Falcon, full X-Wing, a full TIE Fighter, and the C-3PO, like 2 foot tall Lego. And I tagged him on Twitter. I'm like, nice Star Wars setup, man. I was like, that's well done. You're talking about FBI stuff on Fox News, and you've got 4 Star Wars Lego things right behind you. I was like, that's wild.
I had to meet with DuPont to do a promotion that I was doing on Dave Doc DIY, where they're like, we got a Zoom meeting. We just want to go over some stuff, which this is my Zoom meeting spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I joined the Zoom meeting. There was like 9 people on the meeting. And I have all this stuff behind me where I'm just like, I'm always like, they're probably looking at like, what is all of this stuff behind you?
I like the color.
That's awesome.
So I have some Magna Troopers, and so I'm kind of doing an update paint job on the Magna Troopers to match. So I lied. I'm doing some painting.
See,
I got to show this from that Walt Disney tribute because it comes with a Walt mini figure, and it comes with like the black and white mini and stuff. But I think this is one of the coolest things I've seen in Lego is they have a model of his original camera setup where you had the slides. So do you see the slides there?
Yeah.
So each of them has the layer to make it have that 3D look, the depth to it, where I'm just like, that is the coolest freaking thing. It's they really knocked it out on it. I wanted this set for a while, and I thought it was gonna. I think it's retiring, and I didn't want to because it's $100, which to me is like, I'm not trying to randomly spend $100 on it, but I could see the writing on the wall that it was going to turn into a retire because it's the only Walt Disney minifigure. So I'm like, this is going to turn into one of those retired sets that goes 3 times the price, and I'm never going to get it. So yeah, it was a fun build.
The ones that I built and that we talked about, and then listening to you and Alfie talk about it, and other people we interact with talk about the Lego sets, it does. I mean, it makes me want to go get more. And I'm like you now. I'm just waiting for the right one to go on a right price at the right time. You know, I'm waiting to see a deal at Target or Walmart or something like that to where I go, yeah, I'm pulling the trigger on that one right there. So they're fun. I'm much better at those than doing puzzles. And it, you know, just like we got you going with like Black Series and things like that, you've kind of motivated me to say, there's not a lot of characters I want to buy or anything, but every now and then, a Lego edition is not a bad call.
Yeah. I mean, that Krennic I got is the first Black Series I've bought, and I don't know how long. Yeah. Probably since we bought Black Series at Ollie's in Pittsburgh.
Is that the same one that Alfie got? Is that
yes?
I didn't get the bib. I didn't get the Bib Fortuna edition of it.
This is an inside joke. It's in our. So to talk to the listeners here for a minute. So a little inside potato stuff, inside baseball. Alfie sent his teenage daughter to go to the mall to shop or Target to go shop and said, "Hey, can you get me the Krennic?" She takes a picture of the shelf and he's like, "Yeah, that's the one." And she comes home with the Bib Fortuna, which is totally not the Krennic Black Series. And the Bib Fortuna was like the 6-inch, the vintage collection.
Yeah. Yes.
So it wasn't even like the same box. It was like, and I don't know the communication between the two of them with the picture of like, "Hey, yes, that's the one." And she came home with the wrong one. And
you know, Alfie was probably just like, whatever. We'll put this one in a box as well. You know, put it in a storage bin.
Right.
Probably was going to get it anyway.
It's going to be in our museum here soon.
That is crazy. And he showed us a picture, and they were next to each other in the picture she took. And she said, "Is this the right one?" Yes. And she just grabbed the one sitting next to him. So yeah, that's the typical interaction between parents and kids. So Brent, I did want to catch up though, because if you think back about this, we had Skeleton Crew had its last 2 episodes in January of 2025.
Wow. So that was in 2024?
No, in 2025. The last 2 episodes were
the last 2 episodes, but it started in 2024.
Yeah. But still, we were watching that ending in January of 2025.
It means we were watching it right now, right?
Yeah.
Damn, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
It was. It was a year ago.
That's wild.
Andor ran April through June of 2025. And
really, wait, Andor season 1?
Season 2.
Oh. Okay.
2025, this year that we're in.
When you said Andor, yeah, I got you, but my mind went back to Andor 1. I was like, wait a minute. Then Andor 2 came out really quickly. No, it didn't.
Yeah, Andor season 2, April through June. Star Wars Celebration Japan was April of 2025. So obviously none of us went to that. You know, besides books and comics, I mean, yeah, Star Wars Visions came out this year in November. Lego Rebuild the Galaxy season 2 came out in September. There were some books. There were some comics. But yeah, besides the announcements of things coming out in the next few years,
right?
It really was a slow year.
Yeah. I mean, look, you got to... What was it from 84 to 96?
Droids, Ewoks movies. Yeah, till 1991. Thrawn series and Dark Empire series.
I wouldn't even go with, I mean, honestly, I knew that they came out, but I didn't like. I'm a visual person, so I didn't buy into the books.
Yeah.
So like, for me, it was just going back and rewatching all of the original trilogy stuff. So I still consider the re-release of the special editions would be the next step. So the special editions, which is why it's like 96.
Well, and you had 94 and 95, you had the re-release of the Star Wars figures. The new Power of the Force line was 94 and 95.
Sure.
Well, you know, the big muscle-bound guys. T-Doc, you probably have some of those.
Yes.
You know, I only know about those because of you and Alfie, and then going to ICCC.
Yes.
They're the only reason why I have any working knowledge of the Power of the Force figures.
Hey, by the way, Brent, you would be having a field day. Kyle Pitts has like 50 points, fantasy points so far in this game.
What?
So they're winning?
No.
Oh, there you go.
No,
Hey!
they're up 14-13. They are winning. Sorry.
About the fantasy points.
Yeah, but he's got like 150 yards, 10 catches, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And we're in the third quarter. So
And it's Kirk slinging the ball, right? It's Kirk Cousins.
And
right?
no London there, so that hurts. But yeah, so there's not a lot to talk about that. But guys, we're gonna have our plate full next year because we're gonna have the Maul series, Mando and Grogu,
Is
the
there
Ahsoka series.
Is there an ETA for the Maul series?
I'm sure there is somewhere, but I haven't seen it. I haven't
I'll
paid
look
attention.
that up as you're going.
Yeah. So I mean, we've got those 3 things going on that will take, you know, if each one of them, if Maul takes up, I don't know, 12 episodes, if Ahsoka takes up 8 to 12, there's 16 to 24 of the weeks done out of the year. We'll get some Star Wars not visions. We'll get Tales of something. That'll come out.
We gotta have Tales of something, right? Can't
have it. So it's at least there's more meat on the bone already for next year. Plus we get a movie. You know, I mean that's a big deal.
Do we? No, I like that one.
Doc, do we meet in Pittsburgh, all of us, so it's easier on you to not come all the way to Indianapolis for Mando and Grogu, or what?
That would be fun. I think that would work actually.
How far is Pittsburgh?
6
wherever
hours.
Wherever the whatchamacallit in the whatever Inn and Suites is. next to the Popeyes.
Not going back to that place. I've got some much better places picked out. I think we'll get an Airbnb. That'll be better. But I mean, it would be fun to go do a movie together. That'd be a cool thing. It's coming out in May, I think. So you'll have a 2-month-old. I don't know if you can break away for a weekend with a 2-month-old, but
I could pull that off.
Okay.
Wow. Meg,
built different.
I didn't push this. This wasn't my decision. Brent had nothing to do with this, Meg.
You know what's funny is like I'm trying to find if there's a date for this Maul show, but as you're talking about that, Joe, it's like all these thoughts are running through my head of 2025, where it's like it feels like 2025 was a transition year because it's like there's no excuses for COVID filming anymore.
Nope.
So low quality, you have no excuses.
Writer's strike. You did have the writer's strike.
You did have that, but all that did was cause a delay, and they came back. And Andor did have good writing, and it was in the heat of that. But you don't have the excuse for like the contact and COVID anymore. It was weird because we knew Andor was going to be the last season. Skeleton Crew is a show where it's like, are they doing one season of this show and just gauging this? Is this going to continue? We still don't know that. So it's like, it was just a kind of a strange year where it felt like they're like, these things are coming out, and after this, we're trying to figure out what the hell to do, you know? And I think I don't know. I think things are going to really improve going forward here. I have a good vibe about it. You know, I'm excited for the Maul show, most excited for the Mando movie, because I think that's really going to I think that's going to rocket us into like positive Star Wars in the theater future. But Yeah, 2025 was a weird year. I didn't like a lot of the Lego Star Wars sets that came out. I thought a lot of them were overpriced, where it was like, it wasn't, Star Wars was like, obviously we do our podcast all the time. We're talking about it all the time, but it was like, I don't know. It just felt like an interesting year. And I really liked Skeleton Crew.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I did
but
too.
it's just like the feeling of being like, am I going to invest in this season? And then they're just going to be like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. You know?
Well, Alfie talked about it for Maul. There is Star Wars Shadow of Maul. It's going to be a short Marvel series. So there'll be a short Marvel comic series that will come out before the Maul series comes out on Disney. And it's from it ends or begins last time we see him in season 7 of the Clone Wars. So it starts there and it leads up into him trying to rebuild the Crimson Empire, I guess, or the underworld that he was doing. So
12 people will have a knowledge of what's going on in the.
wow,
It's
wow,
true, Joe.
I know. Hey, Alfie mentioned it. I just found it. I looked it up. So
No, you're good. It's more just like we'll have to get Scott Rifen on to give us the highlights.
I've got to go back and find that episode, by the way. I've got to replay that for everybody or make a short of it because that was great.
I just resorted to AI on the Mall show, and it says it just says it's coming out in 2026. So there's not a date for it, which is crazy. How's there not a date for that show?
No idea. There's
Like,
not a
we've
date for
gotten full
Ahsoka.
trailer.
Yeah. I would think one's got to be spring and one's got to be fall with Mando and Grogu in May. It's got to be that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's probably going to take more time to get the Ahsoka series prepped. So that will probably be the fall show that's going on while the animated series has been going and put together already behind the scenes. So, yeah. So Maul's coming up. Hey, real quick, not to take us off the tracks here, but that's kind of what I do sometimes. Did anybody watch the new Stranger Things? I watched it. I was not looking forward to it. I was upset, not thinking it was going to be anything. I thought it was really good.
Same. And I had the same vibe going into it, Joe. It's so funny that you're saying that because I remember going in and it was like after the second episode because Meg has watched all Stranger Things with me.
Mm-hmm.
But like I obviously am more nerdy about it. And I told her, I was like, I gotta be honest with you. I was like, they've waited too long for this season. And I was very skeptical that they were going to make me feel like I was in this again. And I was like 2 episodes into this, I was like, I'm in it again, you know?
So was I.
It's like the vibes are there, the music is there. It's like it totally worked. And we did a 2-episode night the one night where it was like they were long episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it drew me back in and I thought it was really good. And now I'm back. I can't wait for the next part to come out.
Brent, you were shaking your head.
Pull me back in. I've watched 2 episodes.
Okay.
And I don't care about spoilers. If we're going to drop spoilers, you guys can tell me. I will say, though, there's a guy that, like, him and I share a lot of he's a Star Wars fan that I work with. His name's Paul Douglas. I'll go up to him and I'll talk about, have you finished Skeleton Crew? And we'll talk about Andor. We'll talk about a lot of Star Wars and the upcoming stuff. And we share other similarities. Like we like the bear. And so he had watched it over break. I went up to him at like breakfast and I was like, all right, so tell me real quick. Like, this is where I'm at. I don't care if you tell me anything in advance because spoilers don't mean anything. But I can't remember what happened to Max and why she's in a damn coma.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Like, but so basically what you guys are saying is essentially the way that I was feeling about it in some kind of way, because I have no idea what is going on because it's been so long. Like I watched episode 1 again of season 4, but I probably should go back and watch kind of like a couple more of those episodes because I was so lost as to who the people were. Not the main characters, but like the main stuff. Why are you smiling, my friend?
Because your mic was really picking up whatever you were doing with that.
Pounding something there. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dry brush, right? So what I'm trying to do for anybody who cares, I have a dark red that is my base coat. And so what I'm going to try to do is bring up the details by going over it with a lighter red. And so in order to do that, it's called dry brushing. So you put a little bit of paint on your brush, and then you have to remove the paint so you can dry brush and pull up the highlights.
I have so many thoughts right now.
It's a happy little cloud.
I'll tell you what, Brent, I felt the same way because there's been times like I remember me and Meg were gonna watch like season 3 or something of The Boys, and I was like, I need to go to YouTube and watch like a 15-minute recap because I'm like, it's just been too long, and I'm like, I just need a refresher, which we just wound up diving into Stranger Things without the recap. But she could not remember what was going on with Max either, and I was just like, I remember whatever happened after, like she was in the fight with Vecna, and then I just remembered that Lucas was in the hospital with her and she wasn't awake yet. You know, that's just the small bit I remember. I didn't remember if she was in a coma or what was going on. But are we going to talk spoilers on it, Joe? Or
We're not a Stranger Things podcast.
We can talk spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it and don't, skip this part. We're going to talk about it a couple minutes, but they explain. You get explanations for Max, Brent, and it's pretty cool.
So basically, what I'm kind of getting at, and this is, so I'll share another thing. But what I was going to get at is the guy that I asked the question to told me he did the exact same thing, and he went online and found like a 20-minute recap to catch him back up to speed after like the first episode or so, which I think is funny that you're doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a guy who does it that I subscribe to on YouTube who is great. He hits every detail before new seasons come out, and it's like he's very good at it. If I could plug him, I would, because he does it. It's like he's like, I'm going to get this done in 10, 15 minutes, hit all the key points of what's happened so far. We've seen the trailer. This is the stuff you need to know. And there you go.
I mean, today with AI, come on. Hey, give me a recap of each season of Stranger Things. Boom, boom, boom. It just spits it out for you.
Exactly.
The other thing that I started to think about, and like you guys can laugh and tell me more, but like I said, I'm on episode 2, and it's right about now where he is realizing that he is Harry Potter and Vecna is Voldemort. So that was kind of my takeaway. So what I'm showing you right now is the dark color and then the dry brushing that I was doing. So I brought the highlights up. So I still have the darker red on the underneath, but now I have a red on the outside, and this is the really dark red. So this is my next one that I'm going to dry brush. Yeah. The next step is to do like a little red and a white highlight to get it to get more things and more details to show up.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's definitely a connection there, Brent.
Yeah.
And it really shows out in the final episode
of the first 4, because there's 2 more sets to come out, right?
Yes.
But so the connection between Harry Potter and Voldemort, or the connection between Max and
it's Will and Vecna.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Will. Yeah. So there's the first episode showed you that there was a connection.
Oh yeah.
How funny was Dipshit Derek?
Oh my gosh, Dipshit Derek is fantastic. Dipshit Derek is, and the girl who calls him that nonstop.
Yes.
I mean, Lucas's little sister. Gosh, that's hilarious.
Whose little sister?
Lucas's.
Yeah.
Okay, and who's Dipshit Derek?
He's a new character.
He's a new character.
New character that shows up.
Yes. You hate him to start, and then all of a sudden you're like, dude, I kind of like Dipshit.
Then you're yelling at the TV like, "Get out of there, Dipshit Derek!" What did Joyce call him? She's like, "You could be
like Dashing Derek or something." It was like, yeah. It was something started with a D, obviously, but it was great. And I really like Rockin' Robin. Rockin' Robin's a great character.
Yeah.
She always has been.
Yeah.
He was a great addition in season 3. Was like Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Ships Ahoy, right?
Whatever it was. Whatever Ahoy it was.
Yeah, no, she's a great character, and I think she's a very good actress. I do. I mean, and that's what's his name's daughter? Ethan
Hawke
Ethan Hawke.
And, what is it? Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman?
Uma Thurman. Yeah.
Oprah Uma.
Oprah, Uma, Oprah.
Yeah.
Know that? Do you even know that bit, Dave?
No.
Dave Letterman hosted the Oscars, and for
Mhm.
whatever reason, he had the bright idea, kind of like what Adam Sandler did with Chalamet at the Oscars last year.
Yes.
He went Oprah, Uma, Oprah, and like they would pat. And he did it probably 10 times.
Oh,
and
he-
beat the dead horse on it.
He
And
kept
it
going
worked
back to the well.
Any of the 10 times.
Yeah. Another show. Well, first of all, guys, I have become a streaming addict. Department Q is fantastic. If you haven't watched that, I never watched Broadchurch, but some people told me to watch it. Broadchurch, so good.
I like that dude. It's not Matt Smith. I thought that was Matt Smith for a while when you guys were talking
No, it's
about.
the guy from Harry Potter.
He's also one of the Doctor Who's.
One of the Doctor Who's. Yeah.
But he's a fantastic actor. I enjoy stuff that he's in. I don't know if I've watched Broadchurch itself. But
Is he one of the Death Eaters from Harry Potter who also played
he's a-
Doctor Who?
He's
Okay,
a fun
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
What I don't.
I know I know exactly who you're
what are
talking
you
about.
talking about?
He goes like
Uh,
this. Yeah.
Is it Flamel? Is that his name? Nicholas
He-
Flamel or something?
He's the son of the Minister of Magic guy or whatever.
I think it's Nicholas Flamel. That's just like pulling the name that just came to
Yeah.
mind to me.
And then the other thing another one I wanted to add to it. I'm big into history. Okay. And PBS did Ken Burns' Revolutionary War. If you want something that takes a long time and it's very slow, but it's got a lot of information in it, go watch Ken Burns' Revolutionary War. But to go along with that, in the history side of things, there's a James Garfield show on Netflix now called Death by Lightning. James Garfield was president in 1881. He was assassinated. I'm telling you right now, the actors in this thing are so good. And even my wife, who hates history stuff, she's like, this is really good. I mean, it's got Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec in it. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm just telling you, just throwing out some stuff.
The one that I did watch, and I don't know I can't remember the name of it. It's the CIA movie that Kathleen Bigelow did. Gosh dang it. They showed it from like 3 different angles. It's the CIA movie.
House of Dynamite.
Yes. That was a ride from the jump.
It was. I hated the ending, though.
What's that?
I hated the ending, though.
Yeah.
Everything about that thing was great. In my opinion.
Like, okay, so yeah, now that I remember, like, I kind of was like, that's it. It's kind of where I was like, whatever it is, that's it.
Hatfield's in with me.
Whatever.
Maybe the best show I've ever watched.
Ever watched? You mean you haven't watched? You. It's more amazing the time you ate your weight in Godfather's Pizza. You mean it's more amazing than season 8 of Game of Thrones? Because that's the best thing that I've ever watched.
See, Hatfield even says House of Dynamite had no ending. Yeah. My wife was cussing at the TV.
I
She's
saw
like,
a
"That's
lot
effing
of
it.
I saw a lot of discourse over that where when that came out, I saw the previews for that. And when that came out and I saw the discourse online, I was just like, I'm not watching this because I'm just going to be pissed off.
It was really good till then.
It's a fantastic movie. Like everything leading up to the ending is fantastic. Like again, you would be bought in. Like I was bought in from the jump. And she's a great director. Right, Hatfield, I got you. It was so good.
And then
Speaking of streaming, I just watched the Diddy documentary. Any of you guys watch that?
No.
Why would I put any time and effort and money into?
Well, I saw
Well,
the
they don't
interviews of 50 Cent talking about it because Diddy was filming a documentary going to court and never paid the people who were filming him. So then when he went to jail, they had all this footage of him leading up to his court dates. And they were like, hey, does anyone want this? He was paying for us to film a documentary and never paid us. You want some footage of him? I mean, it really ruins just a lot of like the stuff I loved with like it's going to be hard to ever listen to like Notorious B.I.G. stuff again without being like, this dude was such a bad dude.
I heard he was the one who really messed up Justin Bieber too. I've not paid attention. I'm from afar, but that's what I heard was he had some jacked up stuff for Bieber.
Like there's guys in this documentary who are saying like when the whole East versus West Coast beef was going on, like Notorious B.I.G. was supposed to go to London. Like he had tickets. He was going to be the first ever person for Bad Boy who was going to go to London and meet the press over there and do a bunch of press junkets and everything. And Diddy was just like, you're going to LA at like the heat of this, where it was like, you're not like the warnings were out, like, do not go to LA. And he was there and there were people who were like, dude, saying to Biggie, like, what are you even doing here? And he's like, I don't want to be here right now. He's like, I'm being forced to be here. And then he got shot. Like, it's like, it was, I don't know. I bought into the hype on that, and it was like a one night watch for me while I was building Legos.
I want to ask you guys. So I think I want to do this. So I want to see your guys' opinion. The Star Wars Holiday Special is on YouTube. And as we know from talking to Dr. Squatch, he wants us to do that. I think sometime between now and the end of the year or the beginning of January or something, we should do a show where we watch it and comment on it. Because we can watch it, and not get in trouble. We can watch it off to the side.
Absolutely.
And discuss it. And we can tell people to, go watch it and listen to us or what have you.
Joe,
but I don't know. Would you guys be in on that?
I am.
We teased the people with the Spaceballs.
We still have that in the back pocket. We need to do that.
See, the funny thing, the thing with Spaceballs, though, is that's a free time objective where it's like if we're doing the show, we know we're going to have our hour and a half, 2 hours slotted out for the show. So if we all have our TVs linked up and we started at the same time, I think it can definitely be done.
I think so, too. I think we should do it. I have not seen Jay Kelly, by the way, Mr. Hatfield. I've seen the thing of it on Netflix or what have you, but I haven't watched that.
What was your movie that you thought was going to be Oscar buzz?
Train Dreams.
Okay.
Train Dreams is on Netflix. That's very good, and it's got Jyn Erso and Uncle Owen as the main characters of it.
Oh yeah, okay. Train Dreams.
It's a very good movie. It's also very sad, and it will no spoilers, but it's like it'll slightly kill you inside, but also be very happy. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's just a good movie. And it's a pretty cool story because it's like, he's a logger at the time when they're going out and two-hand cutting trees down and another guy. And it gets all the way to the point where guys are starting to use chainsaws, where he's just like, what the hell is this? And it's during an interesting time and shows what he had to sacrifice for him to go do that to make money. And Jyn Erso, Felicity Jones, does an excellent Southern accent in it. Like you would never know, but they make a very good couple in it.
I will check it out. I wrote it down, and my wife will never watch that, so I'll have to.
It's a love story, It's like
so was Django Unchained.
Jason Hatfield watched the first 15 minutes of YouTube of the holiday special. It was a clean copy. He's got an old bootleg DVD with commercials, but it's got tracking issues. That I can believe.
Tracking issues. Spoken like a VHS man, if I've ever heard one.
Hey,
you just hated yourself, Hatfield. I'm sorry.
There's the two of there's
okay.
He could win Best Actor. I'm not exaggerating. He was so good in that movie. I'll be shocked if he's not a nominee for it. And he's been in a lot of stuff, and he's always been a good actor. It's Joel
Edgerton.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton. I was gonna say Joel Osteen.
Osteen, the
Yeah,
I See Dead People guy.
yeah, which I also double checked.
No, that's Haley Joel Osment.
No, Joel Osteen.
Osteen is
Joel
Super
Osteen.
Church. He's the
Joel
Super
Osteen is
Church
the
guy.
preacher from Houston.
Yes, yeah, he's the Super Church guy.
Oh god.
I looked up Nicholas
might-
Flamel too, and that says it's nearly headless Nick. So I think I was wrong on that as well when you were talking about the tongue guy. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I threw out a random Harry Potter.
Okay. Okay, let's look that up real quick. Who I'm gonna look that up. Star of
Just don't look up tongue guy Harry Potter.
Thanks.
But
Broad.
I'm not too far off by
Church
calling the season
Star.
3 or season 4 or whatever of Stranger Things Harry Potter, am I?
No, you're not. You're not far off at all, Brent. And I didn't even think of that connection, actually.
David Tennant.
That's
Yeah.
that's who Broadchurch is.
Yep. D.I. Alec Hardy. Yeah. Miller. That's his partner. Miller. But yeah, he's good. I wanted to bring up Alfie wanted us to talk about Ray or Daisy Ridley real quick. Basically, she thinks it's fantastic that people are excited about the canceled Ben Solo Kylo movie. She's still enthusiastic about her possible movie. I think her quote was, "I read the scripts 5 years ago, but I guess it still might happen." I don't know if there was much else on that. She says it does take a lot to get a movie made, Brent. Yeah. You know what you've said for 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
For about 350 episodes,
Yeah. But
it's not. I think it's the nature of the media, the nature of the speed at which we want information to come, the speed of what have you done for, and then this just insatiable need for content that we think that as soon as something is said, it should be in front of us, and if it's not, they are evil and they don't know what they're doing, and I could make it better.
yes. But something when he started talking about that, I started looking up stuff about Force Awakens because I was really having a hard time believing it's been 10 years since Force Awakens came out. But I found this thing and it said 10 things that you might or might not know about The Force Awakens. And I thought these were kind of interesting. So I'll run through them real quick, get your guys' thoughts. One, it's called Save It for Later. In 2013, when they started making early sketches and early ideas for The Force Awakens, somebody started writing or putting together drawings. Production designer Rick Carter and a few others decided it would be cool to have a watery wreckage of Death Star 2. So when they were making The Force Awakens, they made that thinking it might be in the movie. And then when they redid everything and Ryan Church was an concept artist. And when it wasn't going to be used, guess what? What if the Emperor's chamber had crash landed in the second Death Star, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, obviously, save it for later. It did make a return visit in The Rise of Skywalker. So that was interesting. As you said, Brent, with all this movie making stuff, think about it. In 2013, they were putting those drawings together.
Okay, they might have been putting those drawings together and they probably built the set and they didn't work it.
Yep.
So then they're like sitting around in 2019 and 2017 filming and like, oh yeah, let's do the idea.
No, I got you. The number 2 thing, gotta hand it to them. We joked about it at the time. A lot of people did. The story of how Maz Kanata ended up with Luke's hand or Luke's lightsaber was the opening scene of the movie was not going to be a ship going through space. It was going to be Luke's hand on the lightsaber floating through space. It got cut off at Bespin, landing somewhere, and Maz Kanata picks it up.
Wow. That would have been a okay opening. I probably would have cut the hand floating out of space, and I would have maybe just put the lightsaber floating out there.
I think it ended up being just the lightsaber. Yeah, it didn't end up being both. But at one point in time, the hand and the lightsaber, but I think it ended up, when they were really thinking about it, ended up just being the lightsaber.
Like, imagine that shot where it's like really close to the hilt, and you can just see the stars in it moving, thinking it's a ship. You know what I mean? If it was close up to it, you think it's a ship, and then next thing you know, you see a hand grab it, and then you realize, and then cut away from that scene immediately. Like right away, you'll be like, "Oh shit, someone's got Luke's lightsaber." That would have been cool.
That was Force Awakens. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that was going to be the beginning of Force Awakens.
Oh. I thought when you started saying the ship, you're talking about the ship with Finn. I started thinking of Rise of Skywalker. And there was a ship in Rise of Skywalker that they were going to go back anyway. Sorry. Ignore me.
Right. Let's see. Famous people who played troopers there. Michael Giacchino, the composer, played a trooper in Force Awakens. Daniel Craig played because he was filming Spectre at the same time.
Stage, right?
Yep. And his call numbers were FN 007. There you go.
That's cool.
And he was actually the one that Rey talked into letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Do they say this is just Force Awakens, correct?
They're just talking about Force Awakens. Let me look and see if there's anybody else in there. Yeah, so far that's all I'm seeing. Obviously, we know Simon Pegg played Unkar Plutt. Is that his name? Unkar Plutt?
Yes.
Okay. The next one, It Takes a Village. Oh, gosh. Lots of stuff to read here. Sorry.
I have a Lego Force Awakens set that I just never built. And it's not like I was saving it to get value out of it or anything. I just never built it. I have the Quad Jumper, which is the ship that... Yeah, the ship that explodes that they're about to go to before they get on the Falcon. Like very random ship, but it's just like one that I just still have in the box.
Yeah, it lasted all like 5 seconds in the movie. Yeah. The Lugabeast who was drinking the water and whose butt was up in Finn's face and all that kind of stuff when he was trying to drink water. There were 2 guys actually in.
Yeah, we talked to one of them.
He was in.
Doc, you just left it.
Was 2 tubes in that?
You just left me hanging.
Oh no, that took 5 people to be inside that creature.
Doc.
5 people.
Oh, sorry. What happened?
The guy that we talked to at ICCC the last time, that was the creature guy, Aiden.
2 tubes.
2 tubes, but wasn't he also in Force? Wasn't he the beast in Force Awakens that was drinking from the water trough?
I think he might have been, because I have to look it up. But I think he might have mentioned that, actually. This is not actually Force Awakens, but it's from when the first when Rogue One released. They did a quad jumper comes with Finn, Rey, BB-8, all of that. But
nice.
Yeah, this is an old set. And
you can just go check and see how much that's worth, buddy.
It comes with Unkar's Thug. I'll tell you what, though, the box has some dents on it because it's moved with me, but it's still I think it's gone through 3 moves with me. It was the first ever one that I didn't build right away. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just hold on to that for a little bit and build it one day.
Captain Phasma got her name because Abrams loved the chrome look of her. It reminded him of the movie Phantasm, where there was a chrome ball, the lethal sentinel spear, hence the name Phasma from Phantasm, the movie. That's where that came up. Weird.
Great character that was ruined.
Yes.
Intriguing. I don't know. Great character. Intriguing character that was ruined. I wanted to know more about her.
The actress playing her, who was Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones, was at like the peak of her career at that point because no one knew her, and Brienne of Tarth was so popular. And it's like Brienne of Tarth is in Star Wars. Great voice, intriguing character that just was gone in the second movie. Could have built a lot more story around her and had a better ending for her character in the third movie if she was going to have an ending.
And the reason why I asked about stormtroopers is I think the one who killed Captain Phasma I mean, it might have been Finn, but like right next to her was Prince Henry and Prince William.
Really?
They were like stormtroopers on the set of that one as well. It was the second one though.
So as I think we've all discussed this before, Poe was supposed to die when the ship crashed on Jakku. And after Oscar Isaac looked at the script and sat down with Kasdan and what's his name? Abrams, he was like, is there a way we can figure out a way for him to survive and come back later on? Let's rewrite that and see what it looks like. And that's how that happened. Originally, he was supposed to just be in for that short beginning and then get killed off. So there we go.
Which, like, why would you do that?
Don't know.
Why would you do what?
Why would you kill off Poe like immediately? If like that tells me you didn't know that he was going to be one of your main characters.
He wasn't supposed to be like that. Like, so Lost, right? Which is what I always compare the Mortis arc to. Lost. So if you remember the show Lost,
I never watched it. I remember the hype for it, but I never watched it.
Right. So one of the main characters' name was Jack. Jack became a pivotal part of that show. In the original script, Jack was supposed to die in the first 2 minutes of the show. They were supposed to show him wake up and something fall on him and he dies. Like, so he was not supposed to be a part of that show. They take it to testing and he is like a pivotal character in the show. Like, that happens a lot. Like, I don't know, like, there's bit parts and then there's people that like start to build out, and you're like Costanza's dad on Seinfeld, like, became more because of what it was written on. Like, Seinfeld's parents were on there not as much as Costanza's parents, because Costanza's parents had a better track record. People show up on shows, they test them out, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
To me, though, it's like, if you're writing, though, it's like you have your characters who can die and you're untouchables, which, like, to me, it's like, how is Poe not an untouchable? Like, it just tells me you weren't thinking ahead for all the stuff that he's involved in.
I disagree with that in some ways, because you're looking at it from hindsight. You're looking at it from actually where it became and how it ended up. And now, yes, I agree, Poe is an untouchable. But at the time, we didn't know who the untouchables were. They're still in the creative process.
Yeah.
In the heat of that creative process, they got to let it roll. They got to try it. I mean, they shot 2 or 3 endings with the Luke. Like, there are things that they shoot 2 or 3 endings on. What is it? Terminator 2, which is one of the better movies, had alternate endings and alternate beginnings. They just don't know until they put them together what it's going to look like. Then even when they shoot them, they're not even good. So then they call them back 6 months later and do reshoots and pickups to try to recreate the shit that they missed.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how it's going to play out until they see the whole story come together. So I do understand what you're saying, but my pushback on that is the fact that I think we're looking at it from hindsight. We're not looking at it from the building of the creative process. That's the way it turned out, because eventually that's the way they wanted the story to go.
Did any of you guys watch Frankenstein with Oscar Isaac in it? The new one that just came out on Netflix?
No.
It's good. I don't know if you're into that kind of movie, but it's good. I wouldn't really label it as like a horror movie. It's kind of like, I don't know. Very good movie though. Frankenstein, Oscar Isaac, Guillermo del Toro. Cool movie.
At least has good actors in it. In the scene, the flashback, the forceback where Rey touched Luke's lightsaber, there was one more scene that was supposed to be in there. I know they show her briefly on Bespin, but part of that was she was supposed to look down the hall and see Luke and Darth Vader actually battling with their lightsabers from the scenes from Empire Strikes Back. That got cut out. And then also, I think we've discussed this before, but to get Alec Guinness to say Rey, which he never said in the movies, they took a part where he said great, and they sliced it up so much that they got the G out of there and the T out of there and just had the Rey from great. And then they had Ewan McGregor come in and where he said Ray, then Ewan McGregor came in and recorded, "These are your first steps." So, yeah, just little stuff there from The Force Awakens, which have they done a 10-year thing of The Force Awakens? Did I miss that this
I
year?
think they're going to. I feel like I read that they're going to be doing it.
All right.
Which I don't know if they want to, because I think it's just I don't know. I think the Lego might be doing some stuff for anniversary for it. I don't know.
Falcons are down 20-14, beginning of the fourth quarter.
I really liked Force Awakens though, man. I just remembered being in theaters when Kylo Ren froze the shot from Poe, and Poe is stuck, and the camera shot goes right past the bolt from his rifle, and I was just like, this is awesome.
I really enjoyed Force Awakens. There was not much I didn't like about Force Awakens.
Yeah,
so
I was a big fan.
10 years ago. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. That's all I've got, guys. Anything that I'm missing that you guys want to talk about this evening? We covered a lot of
what Christmas list wise, what's like what's an item you want for Christmas this year?
That's a really good question.
What's that?
Brent?
My 2 front teeth. I really don't have anything that I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
I'm trying, Lori and I are trying to do the thing where we're putting money back towards trips and not spending that much on Christmas. We say that and we do that, but we still both break the rules and buy each other some things here or there, but we probably shouldn't, but we do. I'd have to think about it real quick. I think I had some ideas for some stuff, but
what you got, Doc? What's something that's on your list?
See, Meg always buys like multiple items for me, and they always add up to a certain number. So I'm always like, I just want one Lego set that I would never buy, like in real time, where it's like actually like a couple $100, because you get days of building those. Like when I got the Eye of Sauron, that took me like, I don't know, it took me over a week to build. So I asked for this bad boy right here.
Oh,
the Black Pearl just came out this year, but it's on back order. So I said, surprise me, but I want a big Lego set.
Okay.
But they do call it Jack Sparrow's ship, and they don't call it the Black Pearl.
I still, we discussed that before. I don't understand that. There's nothing that I can think of that would make it inappropriate to be called the Black Pearl.
I think it's a licensing thing. I read that there's some licensing stuff with it, but that's where I'm at. I don't know. I'm not going to ask for the $1,000 Death Star. I would never spend $1,000 on a Lego in my life, although it's like multiple sets keep getting up to that area. But
in the past so many years, I bought things I wanted. I bought a Captain America shield. I bought a Captain Rex helmet. I am little knickknack things like that. Like finding that Cara Dune car. When I was at that flea market, you know what I found? Starting lineup figures of the Italian national soccer team from 1988. I found them and I bought them. They were $2 each. To me, felt like $1 million, right? Because it was so cool to have them. It's the little stupid things like that. Because after I did that, I went and found a Maradona on Naples, and it's on legal. It's on eBay and Mercari and all that. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to keep adding my collection and be silly like that. Enterprise D Lego set. I know it's not Star Wars, but it looks so cool.
I'll bring up a picture of it.
Is that Star Wars or Star Trek? Enterprise D?
Yes.
Okay. But really, guys, I am a clothes whore. I mean, literally, I'm a clothes whore, and whether it's a hat, I am completely addicted all year long. I wear long sleeve t-shirts with hoods. That's what I wear. Thin ones and thick ones, not sweatshirts. But so I could probably ask for 100 of these, and that's all I'd wear every day is a long sleeve t-shirt hoodie. And then Vans shoes. That's it. That's what I like. So when they ask me what I want, I always say, give me a long sleeve tee with a hoodie and find me a pair of Vans that I like. So I'm kind of basic. Enterprise D.
I'm sharing the wrong thing. I thought I went to this site on this page, but it opened up a new window. I gotta share another one.
It's okay.
I really don't have Christmas wishes or Christmas wants.
Nah.
I think last year I got a lawnmower.
Oh, and now
That's a badass gift.
do you have a lawn at your?
It is a push lawnmower that was the cheapest that you can get. It wasn't like it was like this like 0 turn fancy schmancy thing. I just needed a lawnmower, so I got a lawnmower for Christmas.
There we go. Holy crap! That Enterprise D is $400.
Yeah, it's big. This ship lit the Lego Star Wars community on fire. Absolutely on fire.
Why?
Because it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minifigures.
Oh my gosh!
And when they did the UCS clone, when they did the UCS gunship, they included a Mace Windu and a clone pilot that actually wasn't even painted as a clone pilot. And the creator of it said this is a clone pilot, and it was just a regular clone trooper. He didn't have the clone helmet or anything. And they were just like, yeah, like with Star Wars, it's always like, well, yeah, like the budget of it didn't allow us to include, minifigures, so you get 2 minifigures where it's like, if you're building a UCS gunship, that thing should come with 10 clone troopers. Like, and you get a Star Trek one that's the same price as it, huge ship, and you get 9. So it's like the Star Wars fan is always kind of getting the short end of the stick. I made a video about that on our Rule the Galaxy TikTok that just got like a couple thousand views a couple days ago. I posted on our Rule the Galaxy TikTok about this Disney one because I'm like, you're getting these custom figures in $100 Disney set, and Star Wars is always saying, we can't do that. And it's starting to come to a head because people aren't buying the sets and they're going heavily discounted, and people are starting to see a pattern. It's starting to be like 3 months. So whenever we see a new set, think 3 months, you're going to get it at a discount, most likely 25% discount in 3 months.
I like how much you know about Lego. I know just enough to like what I like.
I know it all, but I don't buy it all. So
well, now that we are back on StreamYard, before we close up shop, D-Doc, I hope that you start taking things, chopping them up with the AI chop up thing we've got, and making clips and shorter reels so we can put back on TikTok. I'll start putting them back on YouTube and Instagram and things like that for sure. Because StreamYard, I'm sorry, we're back on it. It's much easier and better than EB Mux.
This was for the 200th episode, the walk-up music for one Steve Glosson.
Wow.
Yes, I have everybody's walk-up music in here.
Damn it.
And I have that. I
remember that one.
This was T-Bob.
Nice.
Here comes your man.
Who was that? Is that Mass?
I don't know.
I think that was Mass.
I could while away the hours, confirm with the flowers, consult.
Wow. We had lots.
I forget who did that one. I think it might have been Tom Line who did that.
Nice. If I only had a brain.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. To let you guys know, Steve Glosson has been asked repeatedly to be a guest in the past few months. He wanted to be on the 350th. He wants to be a guest soon, but he's moving. He had to take down his entire studio, which is, Brent, you've seen it. Like, he has guys up and down every wall.
Yeah.
His bookshelves filled with characters.
Is
It's just
staying in South? Is he staying in Georgia so he can
He's-
be part of the Georgia Mafia, or is
yes, he is staying in Georgia. I don't have the details, but I've been talking to him and he's like, I'm only this many days away till I move. I'm only this way. He's like, I'm not going to record a crappy version, right? Like, his setup was so perfect and radio studio kind of setup. He's like, I even asked him for a shout out on the 350th. He goes, I would have to do it like on my phone. I don't, I just don't want to do that. He's a super professional. But as soon as he's done, we'll probably do this and let him just take us off the rails and just run a show, because he's just too much fun. And yeah, man, hearing that song, I'm gonna send him a message and let him know that was just on there. So that's pretty cool. D-Doc, what I was gonna ask you was, how difficult would it be to remake the Marvel into Marvel thing that you made, but maybe put some of the other people like Dr. Squatch, Adam Parker, people like that who we communicate with all the time?
Oh, it would be easy.
I think that would be cool to redo that.
hey
Yeah.
boys, I gotta take care of the
No.
dogs, and I'm gonna dip out here. Thank you very much. It's always fun to talk the wars.
You got it, brother. Take care
All
of
right,
yourself. D-Doc, you and I should probably break out too,
Yeah.
but you look at that and tell me, and then when we get done recording this, you and I will talk about how to cut this back up again and
Yeah,
put it out there in different ways. So I love it. I love that we're back.
I do too. I think it's I always thought StreamYard was a superior product. It's just that the price was off the charts. So I'm going to pray that next year, since our deal will be up around Christmas again, I hope they got another deal going on,
Agreed.
because it's an awesome platform. It's easy to use, and there's a lot of new features since the last time we were here, like this little Christmas display going around our YouTube video and everything. It's fun. I'm happy to be back. You can see yourself again while we're doing the podcast. You're not just looking at like a shadow of a figure. This is great.
I love it. It's fantastic. I'm glad you made time after your Christmas concert. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Can't wait. Let's get some of this going to where we do some multiple things coming up and bigger and better. Let's get after it. We've got plenty on there. We'll do the holiday special. We'll do it. We'll put our YouTube off to the side. We'll watch it. We'll talk about it and put it out so people can watch it with the movie. And then let's talk about whether it's May, whether it's next summer. I know there's a Steel City Con in August of next year.
Yeah.
So your baby will be.
I saw there was just a Steel City Con recently.
Yeah, they do 3 a year.
Phew,
They
that's
do
wild.
They do 3 a year. So every 4 months they do one. And so I think they do one now. They're going to do another one in April, and then May, June, July, August. So every 3 months they do one, or every 4 months. I only say it because it's such a central location. Really don't. It was great. I loved it.
I really like Pittsburgh, so I think that's easy. I think it would be fun to go to like a random movie theater in Pittsburgh to see the premiere of that too. I'm sure a good movie theater in Pittsburgh, probably.
Yeah, we can get that set up. We can do
Get some Permane Brothers before it.
Man. Yes,
I
had
Lights.
I had Permane Brothers twice while I was just there, and I got the Icy Light,
the mango, right?
Mango. Oh, so good, so refreshing. Even J-Doc would like that. Which, by the way, I do want to watch a Philadelphia Eagles game with you two, as we stated in the text, because that video that whoever sent that over, and the guy was talking about committing suicide after the Eagles lost, basically.
I think you sent a tweet and someone called a wellness check on him. And the way he's just like the way he answered the door, he's just like, Hurts had like 4 interceptions, man. Come on. He's like, I'm not gonna do anything to myself.
Yes, I agree. You go have fun with your family. We're gonna do some Christmas cookies and Christmas hangout this weekend. And I'm going to take Lori to her favorite Italian place here in town. So it's going to be a good weekend, but I'm glad we got this in. And I'm glad we got back together after the 350th. And Can't wait to see where it goes with our new StreamYard friends. And
Yeah.
then you and I will talk offline about helping me do other stuff. So
Absolutely. It feels like a rejuvenation. I'm feeling
does.
jacked up. I'm posting on Rule of the Galaxy TikTok again. We're getting views on there. I got to figure out how we can stream on there because it's like I haven't posted there in like 6 months to a year. And it's like I post and all the same people who have followed our TikTok are all still there. And they're all
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. So it's like we need to I need to figure out how to get us onto there.
Yes.
It's complicated, but I will eventually figure it out.
No worries, man. Thanks to you. Thanks to Jason Hatfield. Thanks to, gosh, who was the other? Jeffrey Kennedy and Jason Hatfield. Thanks for joining into the chat. Thanks to Brent. Alfie, sorry we missed you. D-Doc, thanks for putting this all together. That was chapter 353 of the Rule of the Galaxy podcast. And until next week, may the force be with you.